Are still joining. I think. So yes, it's already 3 o'clock now. So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of National Association of Professional Social Workers India, NAPSI, I warmly welcome all the speakers, professional students, and participants who has joined across the country and also internationally for this event. This is the Event-04, and today's sessions focus on two very important legislations that is playing a crucial role in protecting the children, like the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 and also Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016. So, uh, before getting into, I would like to introduce myself. I am Srinath Bandera, and I'm a National Student Ambassador for NAPSI, and also I'm a student NASP coordinator. So, before we begin, just wanted to share some situation like story that which we come across every day, like some children still in many places we could find they're working in the shops as mechanics, or they're working in the restaurants as a tea stall. Very some child labor works and everything, and most of them are unaware of this situation. I mean, uh, they are into that sort of situation just because of lack of awareness sometimes, and the people around them who has not educated. So that situation, and also in the other hand, we see many women, many girls, child girls before the age of 14, even still in the rural and tribal areas, we could see the people getting married at their early age. So uh, we have certain laws as which we are going to discuss that today. So how could we help them as a social workers, and how we could help them to lead a dignity of life and everything? Today we would going to explore that. So how to stop that, how to uh, legally what we could do, that is all the law. So we are going to learn today. And to formally welcome this webinar, we have Shagufta from Sonipat, and she's pursuing her MSW. So Shagufta.
Thank you so much, Srinath, for welcoming, and good afternoon to all of you, respected speakers, professionals, students, and the participation. I'm audible. They have no any voice breaking.
Yes, you're audible.
On the behalf of National Association of Professional Social Workers in the India, I warm welcome to everyone that join us for the event 4 of the Legal Literacy Webinar Workshop 2026. My name is Shagufta. I am from Bhagat Phul Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, Sonipat, Haryana. I am the anchoring of first half of workshop. Okay. Before proceeding the our programs, they have the few instruction for the all participation. Please listen it very carefully. Please on your camera, action it's a possible for you. With that, please mute your microphone until less you invited to speak. With that, they have the 10 minutes question answer session all after the um, uh, every session of resource person. With that, they have the Google Form link for all of you for the attendance and the certificates and of the session. So please be the end of with that. And now I am we We now move to our first session, that was the child marriage intervention. It is the privilege to welcome Mr. Dhananjay Tyagi, a voice that has become associated with the child right movements in the India for the nearly three decades. Dhananjay sir has been at the forefront of the struggles to protect our children from the exploitation and to build the systematic that defines their childhood. As a senior leader at the session for the volunteer actions, there has been the struggles in the some of the largest dancing and the rehabilitation effects in our country. The history touch the life of the more than 50.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
50 Oh, 52, more than 52,000. His impact is not just a felt, is the field. His contribution of the landmark of the legal advocacy before the Supreme Court of India has fundamental struggle how we protect our children. Beyond the number, Mr. Dhananjay's work is about the bridge between policy and person on the ground. Today, Sir will be guide us through the provisions of Child Marriage Act 2026, help us understanding now these help us to understand how these legal provisional trans into a real life changes action at the community level. Dhananjay sir, we are honored to have you with us today. Session over to the sir.
Thank you, Shagufta. And first, I would like to congratulate NAPSWI for. Am I audible to all of you?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. First, I'd like to congratulate NAPSWI for starting this legal literacy sessions. And one question you have, this is the fourth one which I've been informed. Why do you think legal literacy is important for the social worker students or social workers? Anybody can answer that? Why
Because
do you
we
think?
work with vulnerable people
Well, I can't
and
hear you. I
children.
can't hear Sushmila. I can't hear anything. Please. Yeah.
Because we work with vulnerable children and people. That's why it is important for us to know about the
Please, can you repeat the questions?
education.
Please, can you repeat the questions?
Question was that why is it important for social workers to have the knowledge of law when you're having these sessions of legal literacy? What is the relation between social work and legal literacy work?
Sir, so that we can advocate for the rights of others, so that we can know the law better and identify the needs of others uh, and advocate for them.
Okay.
According to me, social worker are working in field तो ग्राउंड लेवल पे वर्क करते हैं जिनको मतलब हम लोग एज सोशल वर्कर हमें अगर लॉ के बारे में पता होगा तो हम उनको और अच्छे से गाइड कर सकते हैं।
Okay. I'll just say, see, all the laws are made on the basis of the social norms. When a social norms become harmful, then it becomes a criminal law. If we see the laws on the social issues which have come up in India since independence was starting with Dowry Act was in 1951, Dowry Act and Sati Act. Then it came down to Bonded Labor Systems Abolition Act in 1976, Child Labor Prohibition Regulation Act 1986, Juvenile Justice Act came in 2000. But after 2000, there have been a number of laws on social issues like POSH. You have a Domestic Violence Act, Child Marriage Prohibition Act. You have a POXO. So all of them came in a very short notice. This was a realization of the policy maker that all these aspects have gone beyond the control and they need to be considered as a crime, as a criminal offense. Child Labor Prohibition Regulation Act, this was not a cognizable offense in 1986, but when it was amended in 2016, it became a cognizable offense. Do you understand the difference between cognizable and non-cognizable offense? Are you all aware between what's the difference between cognizable and non-cognizable?
Yeah. In cognizable offense, police can start the investigation without the permission of magistrate.
Yeah.
Whereas in non-cognizable, they have to obtain the permission.
In cognizable offense, FIR is mandatory. So the role of police becomes mandatory in this. And they can take, you're absolutely right what you said, Mr. Sanjay. So, and all these acts are cognizable. So when we talk of Child Marriage Prohibition Act, what was the need for this act to come in 2006? Anybody can say why was it felt? See, the latest figures, that is of NFHS 5, says 23.3% girls in India are getting married before the age of 18. There is a figure which says that 1.5 million girls in India get married annually. In 2011 census, which said that 45 lakh girls were married before the age of 18. There are harmful effects of child marriage. And also, when the different other laws came in which like juvenile justice, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like Juvenile Justice Act, which came in 2000, which made that till the age of 18, any kind of wrongdoing with the child will not be accepted. Any kind of abuse. Right to education make mandatory for the till age of 14 all the girls to be in the school, all the children to be in the school. So it was mandatory that this act also that the girls needs to be protected. Children need to be protected. It's a gender neutral. Child Marriage Prohibition Act is a gender neutral law. In this, there are basic simple fundamental thing that any girl below the age of 18 is considered a child. Any boy below the age of 21 is considered a child. So any boy getting married before 21, any girl getting married before 18, that marriage will be considered child marriage. There are provisions for safety, and this is one law, which is very interesting, which says that all the people who are attending the marriage, people who are involved in cooking, in decoration, in band, religious faith leader who's getting the marriage performed, parents of the boy and girl, all of them can be punished. Even the people who are attending the marriage, they will all be punished as a part of a crime. So band baja barat ko sabko wo they can, all of them can be arrested. There are other provisions which says that after attaining the age majority, that is after crossing 18 for the girls and crossing 21 for the boys, if they feel that they don't want to continue with the marriage, then they can approach the district magistrate, and through the court the marriage can be annulled. That will not be considered as a marriage ever happened. It's not a divorce, it's annulment of the marriage. They just have to give an application and that will be done through the annulment. On the other side, the government has been asked under the law to create a position of child marriage prohibition officers. And the role of this officer is to ensure that child marriages are not happening. If to prevent it, take action. And if a marriage has happened, to get it annulled, they have to write to a first-class judicial magistrate or the CJM for getting the marriage issued, annulled, and getting the injunction done. If there's any information also available that somebody is getting married, the injunction can be issued by the court, and if marriage takes place, then that marriage will be considered void in negotia. So, but when we talk of child marriage, Supreme Court called it child rape. Can anybody say why is it a child rape? And under which law does this come? Why is child marriage considered a child rape? We have heard about the POXO Act. Have you heard about
Yes,
POXO
Because the
Act?
age of yes, sir. Because the age of consent is below 18 is deemed as equal to it's not legal.
Sanjay, first I'd like to tell you, none of the acts talk about the age of consent. There is no word such as consent. Juvenile Justice Act says that till the age of 18, children's consent is not considered to be a consent. POXO doesn't talk about consent. It clearly says that any act of sexual act happening with a child below the age of 18 will be covered under the POXO. So through that, this child marriage is also covered under POXO Act. So when you're looking into a law, it's not only one law which prevents it, but you have to see in totality what are the different laws which are covering that aspect. Juvenile Justice Act, Section 75 of the Juvenile Justice Act talks of the exploitation and abuse of the children. That is also used in child marriages prevention, stopping it. Then you have BNSS. If a child is being taken away from the place or being shifted out or even for the purpose of marriage, that can be considered under trafficking. Or if some money has changed hands, if some middleman has given money to the parents of the girl or a boy for getting him or her married to an adult person, then that will come under Section 143 of the BNSS. And if penetrative sexual act has been done, then that will be under the POXO, aggravated penetrative sexual act, and also under the BNS 63, that is section of rape. So these are all the different sections which can and should be put when we are stopping a child marriage. Now, again, I'll just एक question पूछा हूं आप लोगों से. Do you think implementation of a law can also make a behavioral change? Can implementation of a law, a strict implementation of a law, leads to behavioral change? Or only behavioral change only comes to awareness?
They must have knowledge
Yes.
about the law
Yes.
somewhere.
How does the implementation of a law brings a behavioral change?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Yes, sir. I think somewhere they should have knowledge about the law.
I'm not, see, knowledge about the law is fine, but what I'm asking is, does implementation, getting the law implemented, changes the behavior of the people of the community?
Yes, sir. Yes,
How?
Yes.
it can possible to change the behavior of the
We can
community.
know this.
Come again?
As it is possible to change the behavior of the community.
Yeah. How?
How? Because when you take now, when the government make this kind of plans, now they should explain the citizens of the community how this law is useful for them, and then little by little, now the behavior will be changed.
Okay, so this, I will say, in child marriage, the law was strictly implemented by Assam government in 2022. And, sorry, 2023. In January 2023, Assam government used police for getting all the people who has got married below the in the child marriage arrested, and they also even arrested the religious or the pandit, Maulvi, all of them, and there are 4,500 people who were arrested. They did this kind of campaign twice through the police, and in 1 year time, the child marriages has come down by 80% in Assam. From just as of children, when we are working here, our principle is this only, that how we integrate the law or the legal action leading towards a behavior change. In last 2 years, we have got 4 lakh child marriages prevented, out of which 50,000 FIRs were lost and affidavits were taken by the government agencies from the parents of the children who were getting married. Our firm belief is that once implementation law of the law is the biggest deterrent and the biggest prevention. So it's not only the knowledge, but ensuring that this knowledge is translated into action on the ground. When we started, the police was always saying that child marriage, we have no role. In 2000, last year, in September, there was a Supreme Court order in which they outlined the roles of different agencies. It was a kind of an action plan where they also said that there should be a designated cadre of child marriage probation officers. There should be FIRs registered if the marriage has taken place. Police needs to create SJPUs to be given the authorities. So they made a full action plan in which they involved administration, that is DM's office, administration work, WCD, role of WCD, the role of health, even panchayat. So in many states now the panchayat secretaries have been designated as a child marriage probation officer. In many states, even because that order also gave the role of education school. So they have also made school headmasters as child marriage probation officers. So now the actions start. District level child marriage probation officer is DM. Sub-division level is the SDM, BDOs for the blocks. Then we have panchayat secretaries. So this means that it has reached down till the panchayat. In 1 year time, 52,000 CMPOs were appointed across India. Now, with this actions happening and the legal actions taking place, most of the agencies have started taking this issue more seriously. Now, when the law is there, and the law is not being implemented, even the government agencies and the district administration can be pulled up by the courts for non-implementation of the law. So the actions are happening. I'll just tell you the laws, names of the sections which are there. And so basically, legal framework for child marriage prevention is three major things. The Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, Juvenile Justice Act, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, as well as BNSS. And in this, major sections we deal are in Child Marriage Prohibition Act, there are 9, 10, and 11. They are the punishment for male adult above 18 years getting married to a girl, marrying to a child girl below the age of 18. Fine is up to 1 lakh and 2 years is of the imprisonment. So section 10 is for punishment for solemnizing the marriage. जो मैरिज कराते हैं उनके लिए पनिशमेंट है वही 1 लाख रुपए और 2 years of fine, 2 years of imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine. Section 11 is very interesting. This is a section which talks of punishment for promoting or permitting solemnization of marriage. So this means that all those people who are attending the marriage, they are permitting, and also and those who are dancing and enjoying themselves in the marriage are promoting child marriage. So it is again 2 years of imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees of fine, but there is an exception in this, that the women will not be arrested. So the mother of the child will not be arrested, but father, other brothers, and all can be arrested. And section 13, subsection 10 talks about solemnization of child marriage in contravention of the injunction order issued by the court. So injunction order is which provides that if the injunction order is issued, then that child marriage, the marriage which takes place in that will be considered void in abitio. This means that this will not be considered that the marriage has even taken place. So that will not be considered, and this can be done on the recommendation of the report of the CMPO to the first class magistrate or the district magistrate, where they can take the action. Right? Now, then in Juvenile Justice Act, it is section 75, cruelty to children, in which 3 years of imprisonment, 1 lakh fine. Section 81, which talks of sale and procurement of children for any purpose. 5-year imprisonment, 1 lakh rupees fine. Right? Then POXO section 3, 5, 7, they are on the penetrative sexual assault, aggravated penetrative sexual assault, and section 9, in which minimum punishment is 3 to 5 years. It can go up to 20 years. Right? Now, if in the marriage a child is being taken away by enticement or by compelled or force or by purpose, by getting the money for the parents, then it will be covered under section 143 of the BNSS. That is trafficking of person. Marriage has taken place and the sexual relationship has been developed, then it will be considered rape. And in rape is 63 as well as 65 below the age of 16 years. And 6252 is below the age of 12 years. Now, okay, any questions till now? Any questions you all would like to ask? Anyone? No questions?
Sir, may I know what are the documents considered to evaluate the age of a child? What are the...
See, age of the child is verified from the school certificate. Then majorly school certificate is considered because Aadhaar is not or the birth certificate.
Okay, okay.
Aadhaar is not considered as a age proof in the Juvenile Justice Act.
Okay, if sir, one more doubt in the
Yeah.
relation, because I witnessed certain instances wherein Aadhaar has been they have taken into consideration and that's how they went about marriage. But what about if there is discrepancy in Aadhaar, birth certificate, and school certificate? If it is not matriculation, even if it is below the school of 10th, if they don't have school passing certificate, even then it is whatever registered in school is considered?
Yeah, it's considered. And then it comes down at because the child who has been rescued from the child marriage will be presented in the CWC.
Okay,
I'll
thank you
take you
very
the
much.
whole process. Also, this is important to understand. Do
Thank
you all
you.
know what is CWCs? Child Welfare Committees?
Yes, sir.
Pardon? Are you aware about child welfare committees? Okay, so you are aware about it. So a child who is rescued is considered to be a child in need of care and protection. Will be produced before the will produce before CWC by the government agencies or the NGO. And if, as you said just now, that if there are discrepancies in the age verification certificate documents, then CWC will order for the ossification test to verify what is the age of the child. And on the basis of that, they will take a decision. Okay. Yeah. Any other question?
Yes, sure. I have a question. What is the role of the CWC in rehabilitation of victim?
CWC is the main body who is basically important for rehabilitation of the victim. Once a child, any child who is in need of care and protection, JJ Act says that the child should be repatriated to the family, but there is also a provision which says that the inspection has to be done of the family. A social information report has to be submitted by the welfare officer of the CWC to see whether the child is safe when he or she is with the parents. If the CWC find that the child is not safe, if say for child marriage, if the parents are involved in getting the child married and the child marriage is stopped, so there's always imminent danger that the child can again be got married by taking her out of that location. So CWC can order the child to be kept in a shelter home. Getting the child, if the child is below 14, getting her admitted to the school, ensuring the school to ensure that the school follows it up. If above 14, they can be linked with the skill development centers on through the for skill development centers. If they find that the children family is poor, they can be linked with the various schemes. They can be ordered to be given to be linked with the various schemes of the government which are running, and child to be given also the rehabilitation packages if it comes under the POXO. If the child has got married, had a sexual act, has a sexual intercourse has happened, then the child will be considered to be a victim of sexual assault, under which there are the laws, there are the rehabilitation packages with the POXO victims immediately get, child sexual abuse victims get. So they can be ordered by the court. The CWC can recommend to the DLSs for getting those benefits to the child. So the other role which the CWC can play.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, may I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Sir, regarding when in case of violation of Marriage Act, so the mother of a child is not punished. You said, if I heard it right.
No,
May I
she's
know
not
the
arrested.
so may I know the reason, sir? Any
They have
specific?
made it that the mother, see, they are the social reasons. They feel that the mothers are not the decision makers, and they are not. So, but fine is levied on the mother also, women.
Okay.
Right?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question. Sir, in my PG, I did a research on the same topic, like the prevalence of child marriage in Wayanad district, particularly in a tribal area.
Yeah.
So I found almost 16 samples.
Okay.
But one criticism that arises about my research is that only the legal marriage, like the marriage is registered under the Marriage Act, or it is happened in a temple, or it is based on a rituals only, it can be considered as a marriage.
Yeah.
This one, in my case, most of the cases are like love marriage. The boy or girl is attracted, they came together and they live together. So the term is called as cohabitation.
Yeah.
So how we can define the marriage in the Indian context, particularly about this law, the Child Marriage Act.
Uh, One thing is that is the tribal culture which is happening, and because the marriage has not taken place, they are having a live-in relationship, which is not considered a marriage. So legal action cannot happen, but yes, not under Child Marriage Prohibition Act, but under POXO the action can be taken, which is more stringent. Under
But
juvenile
both
justice, but it will not be under considered under Child Marriage Prohibition Act.
sir, the thing that the boy and the girl, both of them are under 18.
Then also POXO will be levied on the boy. POXO will be there, right?
Okay.
And but yes, there is a consideration in this where lots of debate is going on, and it should be considered that okay, both boy and girl are under age of 18. A sympathetic view is taken generally in the cases in the tribal, so that's why this. But on the other hand, now here comes the role which is important. We were talking to some tribals in Odisha, and there is a government. Basically, there's a big debate you all must be aware about that whether we should interfere with the culture and the practices of the tribals or not. Large number of people say we should leave them as they are. Many of them, so it's a debate which is on. But one of when we were talking to the tribal groups, they were very clear. They said nobody has told us that what is the law. Nobody has told us that living together below the age of 18 is illegal. Nobody has told us all these things. Who will tell us? If you will not tell us, then how will we know? So it is important that we tell them about the laws, what are the things, what are happening, what is the law of the country, which is also applicable on the tribals. Just because they are tribals, you are not touching them. That's wrong. They need to be made aware. Action needs to be taken on them also. But action can only be taken once the administration and the police have taken the steps of making them aware, making them knowledgeable about the laws which are happening. Yeah. Some other, am I clear, Marlin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
Sriram, there are two.
yes, sir, we have two more, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. M. Bale, Mr. M. Bale, kindly unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello.
Yes, sir. Your voice was not clear.
Afternoon, everybody. Uh, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Embolia Singh from Bhubaneswar. I would like to ask a small question that recently in Odisha, uh, in a tribal community from minor side, both wife and daughter and boys and girls side, but from reliable sources, WCD department people rushed to there. At that time,
So you're not clear.
now it is audible, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently, sir, I repeat, recently in a tribal district of Odisha, both minor marriage was taking place with the mutual understanding of both sides. From reliable sources, WCD department came to know and they rushed to the spot to investigate the issue. At that time, marriage was almost done and they disappeared from the spot, I mean from the village. And they are later on came to know that uh, mutually, I mean it is kind of arranged marriage, it is going on there in the community. What my question is that if the kind of arrangement arranged marriage is taking place in a particular place with both mutually, both side and girl side, who would be the victim and convicted and from which side? And
So
which
all the people who are attending the marriage, all the parents, both of the parents and everybody will be convicted. Only the children will not be convicted because they will be our children, both of them are minor.
according to act, it may be taken place, but
Yeah. Sir, your connection is weak. We can't hear.
now it is audible, sir.
Yeah.
What my small
Mr. Valer, sir, your voice. Sir, we have another question from Mr. Bhumi, sir. We'll proceed for. Mr. Bhumi, kindly unmute and raise your question. Okay.
Yeah, it's Bhumi.
Sorry, Miss
Yes,
Bhumi. Sorry,
it's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Good afternoon, sir, and everyone. Um, just before sir had told that if it is a mutual consent, same. I'm speaking from Gujarat and working as a medical social worker, and in some community and in some culture there are still child marriages are going on and both the parties are known that ke, sakpan hone wala hai or I'm engaged and now I don't want to study. Even being in working in an NGO or in medical social worker, uh, this nobody is ready to do complain or लास्ट में तो वी हैव दैट के अपने ऊपर आ जाता है और कम्युनिटी इज फोर्सिंग अस टू गो बैक टू योर प्लेस एंड डोंट इंटरफियर इन आवर विलेज दिस थिंग इज अकरिंग सो समटाइम्स अपने ऊपर कौन लेगा बट वहां गलत हो रहा है बट समथिंग इज गोइंग ऑन रॉन्ग and if we try to take an action community is also telling no we will go according to our culture what to do that time we are helpless in a field also
Bhumi, have you
even
complained?
though
If you know about it, have you complained to have you complained to the CMPOs in the district? It's the responsibility of the government to stop it.
okay
And community cannot go by culture. If a community has a culture of stealing, will that community be allowed to steal the things from anybody's house?
no
Why no? That's the culture of the community. Then, if you see one crime as a crime, then why not the other action is also a crime? Community need to be told about it. If they don't, the law of it's a law which have been made. Laws can only be are as good as they are if they are being followed and they are being implemented. Otherwise, law is a piece of paper if it's not being implemented by the agencies and the communities and the others. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's important, and as a social worker, if you are come to know about such things happening, you need to inform the child marriage provision officer.
Hmm.
Right? If I
Yes.
say, you know about POXO?
Yes,
If
sir.
anybody comes to know that any act of a child has been abused and they don't report to the authorities, then that person who is not reported will also be prosecuted.
Yes, sir. I know.
So that is the thing.
Hmm.
So here also, if you come to know, you need to take action. You need to educate the community. They may have
Yes.
different
Yes.
reasons, but if they are not understanding by softly, then somewhere the legal
Hmm.
action has to be taken so that they understand that what
Hmm.
they are doing is illegal and they can be punished for this.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Under the name of culture, under the name of society norms, everything, you can't be abusing and selling off the children. That's not acceptable.
Yes.
And if and
Hmm.
when there is a serious law, so that needs to be understood.
Hmm.
Right? Community will work as for the convenience.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So
Understood.
we
Thank you,
now
sir.
have. Thank you, Miss Bhumi. Sir, we now have one more final question, sir, from Mamada Alpha DLO, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Mamada, please unmute yourself and raise your question.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm audible. Good afternoon, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, please ask your question.
Okay, sir. My question is why those different laws, which include the Geneva Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 and POSCO Act 2012 and the Children Right of Education, why those act is not functioning properly in the country?
Mr. Yellow, see, thing is, I will not say they're not being functional. POXO is very effectively being used. Cases, large number of cases, almost 2,35,000, 4,000 cases are there which are being registered. So that is happening, right? Um, but certain acts like child marriage or you say child labor, they are the acts where these were the actions which has come on were the social acts. Like child marriage, when you say that there's a question which Ms. Bhumi also asked. It's a cultural practice. In many societies, it's a religious practice. Tribals believe in it. We have stopped the marriage of, we were there in Jharkhand, of girl who was 14 years and the boy was 16 years when we prevented the marriage. The whole community said that if the girl goes above the age of 18, nobody marries her. That's a cultural norm which has happened. If the girl is over 18, nobody will marry her. Now, those myths needs to be exposed and myths needs to be told. So when we stop that marriage and when we threaten them, if you go ahead with the marriage, we'll get you all arrested, police will be called, then they got slightly unnerved. So those are the reasons when, now just like you said, people don't report. They say, oh, yeah, you know, culture norm hai. This is a culture norm. Or a child who's working, well, that person is supporting the child by giving him food. But they don't understand how the child is being abused, how the child is being exploited. And will you allow your own child to be subjected to a child marriage or to child labor? This is the approach which needs to be seen. So these are the laws. Now, even the government agencies did not have much knowledge about it. Right? So now when they are happening to us, so that will be a thing. So we as an organization from Just Rights for Children have been working on this aspect only of advocating legal action to prevent all these things. So we work with the NGOs, more than 250 NGOs across India. We are working in 800 districts. enforcing the law, getting the law enforced. Through the NGOs, when we find, we complain. Last year, more than 50,000 children were rescued from the child labor. More than 1,25,000 child marriages were prevented. 38,000 cases were registered in child labor cases. 40,000 cases were registered in child marriages. So when we are talking of this, this is the action which is happening. And this is how you force. When you put this thing into action, still many agencies are not taking it up. So as a social worker, it's important that we understand that we need to get these laws implemented, which are social laws, needs, and which have become criminal laws now because of the extent of those problems have become so strong and so big that without criminalizing it, you cannot stop it. So we are working in across the whole, in all 800 districts in the country. And I will be more than happy that any social worker, any of you can be interested in joining us, working with us. You're most welcome. As an intern, as a researcher, as and whatever you feel like, you are most welcome to work. More the people, the bigger the actions. So we are talking with law universities, so giving legal, where we are supporting the law universities in through the legal aid clinics. We are working with police across India. We are working with the WCD, labor, and NGOs, of course. NGOs are our partners. So we are basically working at the village level, district level, district level at the local NGOs. Then at the state level, we have Association Voluntary Action, ICP. At national level, again, we have Association Voluntary Action, ICP. And Just Rights for Children is a bigger umbrella under which all of us are working. Any questions on thing?
Yeah, sir, I think we are done with the
Done?
questions.
Okay, Shan. Then I'm through with it.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your valuable insights, sir. And many many of them are sharing the message that the session went wonderful. And we are very honored to be here. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are very honored, sir, that you are here. And 52,000 rescue is really, I think it's very, you are here. That's really asset for our country, sir, what we feel. And thank you. And we look forward to have more sessions in detail in coming days, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I would like to thank Professor Bhatt for taking this initiative of legal literacy. It's very important.
Sir.
And so that's great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And now let's go to the second session. And so it's my absolute privilege to introduce our next resource person, Dr. Manoj Jetav, sir, a fellow and faculty member at the VV Giri National Labour Institute, Noida, an institution that stands as a cornerstone for labor research and policy in India. Since 2018, Dr. Manoj sir has been a driving force at the institute, particularly in the areas of labor markets, livelihood security, and the protection of the vulnerable. He currently coordinates both the National Resource Center on Child Labor and the Digital Data Center, where his work ensures that our national policy is backed by solid evidence-based research. And what makes Dr. Manoj's perspective so vital today is his ability to connect the dots between complex issues. With a PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University and over 12 years of deep research experience, Sir examines the critical intersections, how child labor meets gender inequality, livelihood struggles, and even the modern challenges of climate change. Dr. Manoj sir insights are grounded in global standards, having received advanced training from the International Training Center of the ILO, and his contributions to prestigious journals like Economic and Political Weekly have long been a guide for scholars and practitioners alike. So, in today's session, Dr. Manoj sir will guide us through the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016, and so will also help us to understand how we can use research policy and data as real practical tools for the advocacy in action. Sir, Dr. Manoj Jat, sir, we are
Thank you.
truly honored to
Thank
have you, sir.
you.
Over to
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Dr. Srinath.
Yes.
And also thanks to Sanjay Bhatt sir for inviting me uh, uh, to deliver this lecture. Should we proceed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to share a PPT to show the various provisions of the Child Labor Act first, and then we will discuss the other aspects related to child labor in our country, in India. Let me share the PPT first, then let's discuss the act briefly, then we can have question and answers. I hope this is visible.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yes, we have a legislation related to child labor to eradicate it from the country, which is known as the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act. This act was this is the first comprehensive legislation on for ending child labor in India, and it was enacted long back in 1968. But after decades, we came up with an amendment in this existing labor law by adding uh, a few more provisions into it. And now this comprehensive act not only covers the children below 14 years of age, but also the those who are into the adolescent age. Uh, uh, we have amended the title of this act accordingly in 2016. As per the provisions of this act, employment of children below 14 years of age is completely prohibited, and the age of prohibition is linked to the age under right of children to free and compulsory education act 2009. But there are exemptions in this age group, like children can help their families or family enterprises after school hours during vacations, but with certain conditions, like uh, family members cannot take work from their children in if they are into hazardous occupations and processes, and this should be a help, not employment. The children should not be engaged in economic activities on full-time basis, and uh, the education of a child should not be affected at all. So this is the precondition for engaging children in family enterprises as per this act. Uh, as per the law, these are the persons who come into the purview of family: mother, father, brother, sister of a child, father, sister, and brother, mother, sister, and brother. Other exemptions include artists in visual, audio-visual entertainment industry, like advertisement, films, television, serials, and but this excludes circus. Those who are into circus activities, it is completely illegal as per the law. And also sports persons, the children who are uh, taking part in sports activities, it is completely exempted under the law, subjected to safety measures. Prohibition of children uh, in work is also there in case of adolescent. They should not work in hazardous occupations and processes. Now you would be wondering that which activity should be considered, which processes should be considered hazardous. So there is a list in given as a schedule at the end of the Child Labor Act. You can refer to that. I'll also share it with you. Uh, there is a clear list of hazardous occupations and processes in which the engagement of children and also adolescent is completely prohibited. If someone is employing children who are in adolescent age, let's say 14 to 17, then these are the conditions. The maximum hours should be 6 hours. It should be spreaded over 6 hours, and it should include 1 hour of rest. Then it should not be between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. That means no night shift and no overtime, and there should be a holiday, weekly holiday. And such work should also be regulated uh, by the competent authorities. A certificate should be provided by the employer, and it should be prescribed by a medical authority. And notice of such engagement of adolescent workers should be given to the labor inspectors, and the employer should also maintain register of adolescents who are being engaged, and there should be adequate health and safety provisions. These are the punishments which are given in the law. Offenses under the section 3 and 3A committed by an employer shall be cognizable. That means these are serious. This engaging children in economic activities is a serious crime. The punishment by way of imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 6 months, and but it may extend to 2 years. That means 6 to 2 years will be the punishment. Uh, Apart from that, there may be a fine of uh, not less than 20,000 rupees, Indian rupees, and which may extend to 50,000 rupees, and it may be both the imprisonment and also the fine. So these are the punishment provisions given in the Child Labor Act. If the offense is repeated, then there is only imprisonment, not less than 1 year, uh, should be given as imprisonment to the culprit. It is cognizable, the offense is cognizable. FIR can be filed by the police directly. Uh, Police officers can investigate without magistrate's permission, can arrest the culprit without arrest warrant, and the culprit will face criminal trials without any exception. Guardians and parents are also coming into the purview of this law. They will also be the culprit if they are employing their children into economic activities. These are the punishment provisions for the parents and the guardians if they employ their children. Then for the first time there is no punishment, but for the repeated offense, there is a punishment of 10,000 rupees. So these are the broad provisions of this act. Now I will stop this PPT. If people have questions as of now, we can take them.
Sir,
Or should I proceed?
yeah, we'll proceed, sir.
Okay.
At the end, we'll be having some time for the Q&A sessions.
Okay.
Yeah. Sir, also your video couldn't see you, sir. Stop.
Now
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
think, yeah.
So thank you, sir.
So I'm sharing another PPT. Let me just, yeah, this one. Here we will have a discussion on the key issues related to child labor in India. Uh, and we will also see the trend, or what is being happening in the country, what trend we are observing over the period of time. Uh, First of all, let me just explain that this is not a one-dimensional problem. Child labor is not a one-dimensional problem. It is linked with other complex issues as well, other uh, other problems as well, like bonded labor. Uh, a child labor can be a bonded labor also, and that is why we have a different law on bonded labor. uh, but since a child labor can be a bonded labor also, this problem uh, uh, should be tackled comprehensively. And the Ministry of Labor and Employment has two different laws for that. So first, the Child Labor Act, and also the Bonded Labor Act of the year 1976. Uh, Both these problems are interlinked with each other, and both are causes and consequences of poverty. Uh, because of the engagement of children in bonded labor systems and child labor systems, they uh, they take part into the labor force and are being deprived of their basic education and skill development, and this is a threat to their dignity also, and this is also harmful for their physical and mental development. uh, we have seen that there this problem the problem of bonded labor is multidimensional, because bonded laborers are not essentially the adult persons, but the adult persons take their children also while they go to different places through informal channels. These are different forms of child labor and bonded labor we have seen in the country. We see child labor in almost each and every sector of the economy, including agriculture. Agriculture is the biggest employer of child labor in India. Uh, we also see child labor in other sectors like construction. Uh, the first picture is from a construction site. Then we also have child labor in plantation. We have child labor in brick kilning, in textile industry, saving industry, in scrap industry, in manufacturing sector, in repairing sector, in domestic work sector. We have different types of child labor, and there is a clear gendered pattern also. Boys are concentrated in some specific occupations and processes, while girls are engaged mostly in agriculture and domestic work like this. Many of these occupations and processes are considered hazardous in nature, but uh, since we don't have enough official data, we cannot differentiate, we cannot actually estimate the child labor in such hazardous occupations and processes. But we can at least estimate the child labor as a whole. I'll show you the statistics in the later slides. But before that, let's discuss how child labor can also constitute bonded labor. As per the provisions of bonded labor system, Abolition Act of 1976 and the Child Labor Act, when a child works to repay a loan or advance taken by parent or guardian, the child labor becomes bonded labor under the bonded labor system act, as there is a debt of obligation which is transferred to the child. And also, if a child cannot freely leave the workplace or change the employer due to threats or coercion or force or death obligations, it amounts to bonded labor and also violates the Child Labor and Adolescent Labor Act. Another, when a child's wages are withheld, deducted, adjusted against a family death, the work engagement constitutes child labor. Also, when advances are given to the parents or guardians or labor contractors in exchange of child labor, then it is a bonded labor. Then also, when a child is trafficked and recruited or compelled to work to repay recruitment costs or advances, it also amount to bonded labor situation, and it comes under the purview of section 143 144 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. If you look at the problem of child labor, it is multidimensional, as I already mentioned. There are several factors which are contributing to this system. uh, there are several structural factors, then systemic factors, and individual and community risk factors. Uh, Many of them, you already know about all these factors, of course, but a few of them are the root causes, like climate vulnerability is the root cause of such systems. Any type of labor exploitation happens because of, vulnerability which is induced by climate change. uh, I am calling it root cause because it produces other types of vulnerabilities, like uh, lack of access to uh, different types of productive assets or capitals among the households, particularly in the regions which are badly affected by climatic factors. So these are the productive assets which I was talking about. First, we have human capital, then natural capital, financial capitals, then physical capital, and social capital. If we have enough access to all these livelihood assets, then we can say that we are prosperous. Otherwise, if we don't have enough access, then the poverty prevails. Poverty, inequality, discrimination, any type of discrimination is arising because of this basic issue, because people don't have uh, majority of the people do not have enough access to these productive assets, and this decides the vulnerability context also among the households which are falling into the trap of child labor and bonded labor systems. People, those who are really in need, migrate from distress reasons, like those who are affected by the climatic shocks, and stressors, like people from drought affected regions, people from cyclone affected regions, from flood affected regions. We see that uh, families migrate along with their children in large magnitude. And such migration happens primarily through informal channels where there is a contractor or we can say a middleman or bicholia who takes the families and their children to the employers in different regions which have labor demands, but for the purpose of exploitation. So such human trafficking happens because to take work from these vulnerable group of populations. We can say the people, such marginalized people, vulnerable people, come from resource poor regions where households do not have enough access to productive uh, assets. Extreme climatic events, shocks, and stressors lead to deterioration of access to various productive assets, and it increases vulnerability. Such type of scenario we see when there is a cyclonic situation in any region or flood like situation, when there is a droughts like situation. Now let's discuss the official data. Let's have a look at the official data, what our official data says about child labor. If we look at the labor force participation of children between the age of 5 and 17 years, we have seen that uh, in rural areas, the labor force participation rate is increasing over the period. Particularly, there is a sharp increase in the last year from 2022 to 23 to 2023-24. The labor force participation among boys was reported 5.3, whereas it was reported on 3.2 in case of girls. In urban areas, the labor force participations were slightly lower. As a whole, it was 2.2%. Among boys, it was 3.1. Among girls, it was 1.1 only. As a whole, we can say of the total population between 5 to 17 age, 4.7 of it is engaged in the labor force. That means either they are either part of the workforce or they are looking for employment. And the situation for girls is 2.7%. There is a clear gender gap in terms of labor force participation rate in among children. WPR is the exact participation rate of children in economic activities. It excludes the children who are reported themselves as unemployed. So if someone says that what percentage of population among children is engaged in economic activities, then it is 3.5% in India. It was 4.3% among boys and 2.6% among girls. And it is increasing over the period, particularly among girls. There is a clear there is a clear trend of increasing trend among girls. Among boys, it was declining, but If we look at the last year, there has been an increase from 3.6% to 4.3%. Uh, as we discussed, the Child Labor Act, Amendment Act, which allows the children engagement of children in household activities, household enterprises. If we consider that uh, while calculating the work participation rate, then we see that the work participation rate among children reduces drastically. If we calculate the WPR normally, as academicians usually do, then it is around 3.5%. But when we take into account the provisions of the existing laws, then it becomes 1.2% only. So there is a clear, exclusion of children under the existing child labor law in India. If you are interested in knowing how many children are working, then this is the statistics, latest annual data from the periodic labor force survey. This is the only survey that official database we have on child labor, which is updated so far till date. As per the data, we have nearly 11.2 million children in uh, in the workforce. That means 11.2 million children are roughly working, out of which, if we consider the provisions of the law and then calculate the total number of child laborers, then it becomes only 3.9%, 3.9 million. And there is an exclusion of 35.0% approximately because of the existing provisions of the law. The Child Labor Act doesn't take into account the unpaid family work, the second column which you are looking uh, on the screen. The second column shows the number of children who were employed in household enterprises. And it is, if we look at the gross number, it was approximately 73 lakh. But if we look at the figure, the total number of child laborers as per the law, it is approximately 4 million. These are the gender and rural urban dimensions in child labor statistics in India. If we take the complete age, which comes under the purview of the Child Labor Act, we see that majority of the workers are boys. Just look at the total number of child labor, the second last column and the last column. Approximately 64.6% of the total child laborers are uh, boys, and approximately of the 86% of the 86 percent of the total child laborers are from rural areas. So there is a clear pattern, trend and pattern that child labor prevails mostly in rural areas and among boys. We can have questions now.
Yes, sir. Sir, we also have some students from the Hindi. Sir, could you please summarize the, I mean, the stats? How is it? How the trends are there, so that they would also
Okay.
go. May not be with the PPT, sir, but in general, how it could be, that could be fine, sir.
Yeah, let me share my screen first. Then those who are interested in knowing statistics related to child labor and bonded labor, let me clarify that we do not have any official database to capture bonded labor situation. Uh, but we have periodic labor force survey uh, for capturing child labor. Uh, this survey is uh, conducted on monthly basis nowadays. When it was started, initiated in 2017-18, then it provided quarterly estimates along with annual estimates. So if you want to use PLFS estimates, there are two types of estimates for temporal comparisons, for long-term comparisons. First, quarterly estimates, and the second one is annual estimates. The data which I have shown here is related to annual estimates. It captures the engagement of all households, sampled households in economic activities. And based on that information, we have estimated that what will be the labor force participation rate estimated by PLFS, different rounds, and also the magnitude after adjusting the estimated figures with projected population figures for corresponding years. So here we have the statistics for the age group 5 to 17. As per the law, the child labor is completely prohibited uh, below the age of 14. So from 5 to 14, we can say this is the child labor, which is
Sir,
completely banned. Yes.
sorry to interrupt, sir. I mean, okay,
Please.
could you please speak in Hindi, sir?
Acha, okay, sorry.
Actually, I requested to
No problem.
summarize in
I
PPT, sir.
forgot. I'm really sorry. तो
Sir.
ये जो डेटा है, ये पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे एक किया जाता है गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा। आप जानते होंगे, सांख्यिकी मंत्रालय भारत सरकार का। और इसका जो डेटा है उनके वेबसाइट पर या फिर microdata.gov.in पर आपको इजीली अवेलेबल रहता है। यहाँ से आप इसको फ्रीली डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं और अपना एस्टिमेशन कर सकते हैं। अब चाइल्ड लेबर का जो डेटा है आपको डायरेक्टली रिपोर्ट्स में नहीं मिलेगा। द रिपोर्ट्स आर ऑल्सो अवेलेबल, ये आपके मिनिस्ट्री के वेबसाइट पर अवेलेबल रहते हैं। आप बट इसमें चाइल्ड लेबर कितना है ये नहीं देख सकते हैं आप। अगर आपको ये देखना है तो आपको यूनिट लेवल डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा और उसमें आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि 5 टू 17 एज ग्रुप में क्या हो रहा है। मैंने इस पीपीटी में दिखाया है कि 5 से 17 साल के जो बच्चे हैं उनका एक्टिविटी पैटर्न कैसा है, पर्टिकुलरली देयर इन्वॉल्वमेंट लेबर फोर्स में कितना है, श्रम बल में उनका प्रतिभागिता दर कितना है, लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन रेट। ये परसेंटेज में कैलकुलेट होती है, जिसको यहाँ दिखाया गया है। ये रूरल अर्बन और रूरल अर्बन कंबाइंड तीनों तरीके से दिखाया गया है, सो दैट आपको एक अच्छा आइडिया इसमें लग जाए कि कितना जो बच्चे हैं वो वल्नरेबल कैटेगरी में हम रख सकते हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू लेबर, देयर एंगेजमेंट इन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज। अब वल्नरेबल इसलिए बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज इट डायरेक्टली अफेक्ट्स देयर इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन एंगेजमेंट इन एजुकेशन। इनका जो शिक्षा है वो प्रभावित होता है। एक और प्रॉक्सी इंडिकेटर हम इसमें देख सकते हैं पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे के द्वारा ही, वो है आपका कितने बच्चे एजुकेशन में हैं और कितने ड्रॉप आउट कर चुके हैं, और कितने बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिनको एजुकेशन में होना चाहिए बट वो एजुकेशन में नहीं है और कभी भी जिन्होंने कोई भी एजुकेशन नहीं ली, तो इस टाइप की जानकारी भी आपको पीरियोडिक लेबर फोर्स सर्वे से मिलती है। अब इस सर्वे के अनुसार हम कह सकते हैं कि 4.7 4.7% जो बच्चे हैं उन वो लेबर फोर्स का पार्ट है, मतलब उनका जितना भी पॉपुलेशन है उसके 4.7% बच्चे जो हैं वो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज में एंगेज्ड हैं। अब ये काफी बड़ा नंबर है, अगर आप देखें तो 100 में से आप 5 बच्चे मान लीजिए कि काम कर रहे हैं, तो हम ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि देश से चाइल्ड लेबर खत्म हो गया है। तो ऐसा कहना बिल्कुल गलत है, क्योंकि हमारा ऑफिशियल डेटा भी बोलता है कि इस चाइल्ड लेबर का समस्या है जो अभी भी प्रिवेल करता है। ये बॉयज का सिचुएशन है, लड़कों में इसकी स्थिति, बट लड़कियों की पॉपुलेशन अगर हम देखें बच्चियों की, तो यह प्रतिशत 2.7 है, लड़कों से थोड़ा सा कम। ओवरऑल अगर हम इसको देखें तो 3.7% हम इसको कह सकते हैं। जस्ट आप लास्ट वाला इसमें फिगर देखिए, कंबाइंड में 2023-24 ईयर के लिए जो फिगर है उसको देखिए। देन अब इसमें चाइल्ड लेबर में बच्चों में हमने देखा कि लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन रेट क्या चल रहा है, तो इसमें हम देखते हैं कि ज्यादातर लड़कों में खास तौर से काफी बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो खुद को रिपोर्ट करते हैं एज अनएम्प्लॉयड, बेरोजगार बताते हैं खुद को सर्वे के दौरान। और काफी बच्चे जो हैं वो खुद को इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज में एंगेज्ड बताते हैं। तो जो बच्चे बॉयज कैटेगरी में ऐसे बच्चे जो खुद को एंगेज बताते हैं इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज में, उसका प्रतिशत 4.3 है, और बच्चियों में ये प्रतिशत 2.6 है। अब ये वेरिएशंस मैंने यहाँ पर इसलिए दिखाया है ताकि आपको एक आइडिया लग जाए कि यूजुअली जब हम चाइल्ड लेबर एस्टिमेट करते हैं ऑफिशियल डेटा से तो क्या फिगर आता है। ओवरऑल 3.7% जो बच्चे हैं 5 to 17 ईयर्स एज ग्रुप में की पॉपुलेशन में जितने बच्चे हैं उनका 3.5% जो है वो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज में एंगेज्ड हैं। बट उसमें काफी जो बच्चे हैं वो एंगेज्ड इसलिए हैं बिकॉज वो अपने ही हाउस होल्ड एंटरप्राइजेस में, अपने ही पारिवारिक उद्यमों में अपने परिवारों का हाथ बटाते हैं। तो अगर हम इस लॉ के जो प्रोविजंस हैं उसको इस कैलकुलेशन में शामिल करें और फिर इसको रिकैलकुलेट करें तो केवल 1.2% जो बच्चे हैं वो इसके दायरे में आते हैं। तो कह सकते हैं कि 5 से 17 साल के जितने भी बच्चे हैं उसका 1.2% वर्किंग चिल्ड्रन है एज पर द लॉ, बट एक्चुअल में ये प्रतिशत 3.5 है। अगर हम जो हाउस होल्ड एंटरप्राइजेस हैं उसमें एंगेजमेंट जो है बच्चों का उसको भूल जाएं तो। अब ये मैग्नीट्यूड है, मैग्नीट्यूड मीन्स कितना बच्चे काम कर रहे हैं, प्रतिशत में नहीं बट एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स में। यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं जो लास्ट 3 कॉलम्स हैं इसमें सबसे पहले टोटल चाइल्ड लेबरर्स कितने हैं लाख में। इसको अगर 10 से डिवाइड कर देंगे तो ये मिलियन में आ जाएगा फिगर आपका। और ये जो सेकंड लास्ट कॉलम है इसमें एडजस्टेड टोटल लिखा हुआ है चाइल्ड लेबरर्स का, कितने बच्चे हैं जो लॉ के प्रोविजंस को अगर इंक्लूड करें उसके हिसाब से चाइल्ड लेबर माने जाएंगे। तो काफी डिफरेंस है, वी कैन से बहुत ज्यादा एक्सक्लूशन है यहाँ पर। ये लास्ट जो टेबल है इसमें हम देखते हैं जेंडर डायमेंशंस और रूरल अर्बन डायमेंशंस चाइल्ड लेबर में। पीएलएफएस के द्वारा ही इसको कैलकुलेट किया गया है। ये कॉलम्स में जो लाख लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर, इसको आप प्लीज इग्नोर कर दीजिए। ये टाइपो मतलब बाय मिस्टेक यहाँ पर डाल दिया गया है, बट ये पूरा परसेंटेज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, जिसमें आप देखते हैं कि ज्यादातर जो काम करने वाले बच्चे हैं वो लड़के हैं। ऑलमोस्ट 65% ऑफ द टोटल चाइल्ड लेबर इज बॉयज। और ज्यादातर जो चिल्ड्रन हैं वो आपके रूरल एरियाज में काम कर रहे हैं। ऑलमोस्ट आप कह सकते हैं 86%। If you want, I can explain the various provisions of the law in Hindi also.
Yes, sir. I think we have a query, sir.
Yes, please.
Mr. Anil, yeah, please unmute you, sir.
Yeah, very good afternoon, sir.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon.
the wonderful session. This is Anil from Andhra Pradesh, working with bonded labor related issues in the state of Andhra Pradesh. As we are working with the bonded labor, we used to find many child labor also working in the same coal kilns or brick kilns or something like that in the construction work kind of thing. What sort of laws are applicable to these people to rehabilitate or from relieving from the bonded labor related thing? And there is a interstate issues is happening as the migration is more and more. We are having some more issues and while
Mhm.
issuing the relieving certificate to these people. What
Mhm.
sort of laws are applicable for these people to
Okay, let
help
me
them?
let
Thank
me
you.
clarify. There are clear SOPs which are, there are model SOPs provided by the Central Ministry of Labor and Employment to tackle, to implement, effectively enforce the provisions of the Bonded Labor Act. You can have a look at these SOPs. I will share the document with all of you. Uh, and also there are SOPs at the state level. Different states have followed different types of different their own SOPs actually, because labor is a subject of the concurrent list of in the constitution. The states have the right uh, to construct their own rules and regulations related to any subject related to labor. So please go through the SOPs. There are issues when bonded labor families are migrated from other states. So it becomes very difficult. For the enforcement agencies to provide the, what should we say, the, the instant cash benefit, which is of 30,000, which should be provided to each bonded laborers after rescue. uh, 30 35, not 35,000, but 30,000 is the immediate amount to be released to the bonded laborer. uh, but before that, there should be an FIR lodged by the police. This is the pre-requirement, and the release certificate should also be provided by the police at the place of destination itself, not at the place of origin from where the migrant workers have come. So please also always keep this in mind, that this is the responsibility of the district magistrate to release the bonded laborers and release their certificates so that they get the instant cash benefit of 30,000 as mentioned in the Bonded Labor Act. Is there anything else you want me to clarify? Is it
Sir,
clear?
a moment. Mr. Anil?
If you face further issues, please get connected with me. We'll
Yes, sir.
talk this issue in detail.
Hope it is clear for you, sir. So before that, I request all the participants to kindly raise your hands. If possible, turn on your camera so that we could see, and raise your hand so that I'll call you in a sequence. Meanwhile, if you couldn't, you can drop your query in the chat box. So next we have Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel with us, sir.
Yes, Mr. Gabriel, please go ahead.
Ms. Gabriel, unmute yourself. I think so. We'll go for
Dr. Sudham Rathod, you have mentioned that bone tests are allowed instead of any certificate. Yes, if there is any type of confusion regarding the age of children, then bone test is necessary to be done by the appropriate authorities. Uh, this test is called ossification test.
yes, sir. We have Miss Kajal Devi, sir.
Kajal, yes, please, Kajal.
Yeah.
नमस्ते सर।
हाँ काजल देवी जी बताइए।
सर मैं एनजीओ में काम करती हूँ, चाइल्ड लेबर और बाउंडेड लेबर और पॉक्सो के केसेस डील करती हूँ।
जी।
डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सर बाउंडेड लेबर को रेस्क्यू भी कर लेते हैं, लेकिन जैसे ही उनको रेस्क्यू किया जाता है तभी पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से बच्चों को कोई भी बेनिफिट नहीं होता है, उनको फिर से उसी सिचुएशन में डाल दिया जाता है। इस सिचुएशन में हम बच्चों का सर कैसे बेस्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट देख सकते हैं?
ये काफी कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लम है एक्चुअली। अभी आपने रिसेंटली सुना होगा कि, एक मिनट दीजिए प्लीज। यस, आपने सुना होगा रिसेंटली राजस्थान में एक उत्तर प्रदेश से एक फैमिली को रेस्क्यू कराया गया। अभी रिसेंटली एक केस हुआ है, एक हफ्ता भी नहीं हुआ है इसको, जिसमें एससी के फैमिली, एक फैमिली है, दो फैमिलीज को रेस्क्यू कराया गया है, जिसमें उनका ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग हुआ फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ लेबर। तो उसमें यही इशू सामने आए, और ज़्यादातर जो है यही इशू सामने आते हैं क्योंकि आप जिनसे युद्ध लड़ रहे हैं वो काफ़ी पावरफुल लोग होते हैं, जिनके पास काफ़ी पैसा होता है, पॉलिटिकली सोशली दे आर वेरी मच पावरफुल, काफ़ी सशक्त लोग होते हैं, माफिया होते हैं कह सकते हैं, है ना। तो ऐसे में पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट से कई बार, या फिर लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से आपको हो सकता है कि सपोर्ट सपोर्ट में जो है चैलेंजेस, आप पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर आप जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं वो देखने को मिल सकता है। तो ऐसे में आपको लगातार पुलिस को कन्विंस करना चाहिए विद एविडेंसेस, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इसको आप हाईलाइट कीजिए मीडिया में, सो दैट देयर इज प्रेशर फ्रॉम मीडिया की तरफ से प्रेशर आएगा तो काम बनेगा, है ना। ऐसे सिचुएशन में ये चीज़ें करनी चाहिए।
यस।
काफ़ी ये ऐसी चीज़ है जिसके बारे में हम मतलब क्या कहें अब, ज़्यादातर जो नॉन कंप्लायंस होता है वो इसी वजह से होता है, पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर, पावरफुल लोगों का इन्फ्लुएंस, ये सब जो इसकी वजह से ही, लेट मी टेल यू, कंप्लायंस जो है वो बहुत कम है बॉन्डेड लेबर का, और इसी वजह से इवन इमीडिएट फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस मिलना भी बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। तो एट द ग्रास रूट लेवल ये हो नहीं पा रहा है। इनफैक्ट आप ये जो इमीडिएट कैश बेनिफिट मिल भी जाता है तो जो ट्रायल्स हैं वो डिले हो जाते हैं, और जो फाइनल कन्विक्शन है उसमें भी डिले की वजह से आपके बेनिफिट जो है, रिहेबिलिटेशन बेनिफिट जो मिलना चाहिए फैमिली को, वो नहीं मिल पा रहा है। तो ये कुछ प्रैक्टिकल इश्यूज हैं जिनको अभी हाल ही में भारत सरकार सरकार द्वारा इसका संज्ञान भी लिया गया है ना, और मे बी दे विल कम अप विथ मोर कॉन्क्रीट सॉल्यूशंस टू सच प्रॉब्लम्स अभी, after evaluation of the existing provisions of the Bonded Labor Act and schemes, related schemes. तो देखते हैं.
Yes, sir. We have Miss Nivedita Barik with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I am Nivedita from Utkal University. I have a question about Child Labor Act 2016. How do socio-economic factors such as poverty, unemployment, and migration contribute to child labor despite the Amendment Act 2016?
Your question is not clear to me. Could you please reframe it?
How do socio-economic factors such as poverty, unemployment, and migration contribute to child labor despite the Amendment Act 2016?
See, act is a different thing, and prevailing realities are different thing, right? You should look at these things separately. So the law is there, and this is very much comprehensive in nature. And but there are, I know there are issues with the law as well, but still, if you look at the problem, socioeconomic inequalities and all, these are existing in all across the country, and the law is there to reduce these vulnerabilities, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I
Sir,
think
sir,
uh,
I have
Miss
one more question,
Niveda,
sir.
is that clear? Yeah,
Uh,
please make it crisp. We have two more, few more people. Yeah.
Sir, I have one question. Only one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Please.
how can government and civil society improve monitoring and enforcement of the act, Child
Mm,
Labor Act?
this is very much required also. uh, just before my session, sir was there, and he was mentioning that, particularly he was mentioning the role of CWC, right?
Yes, sir.
Who are the CWC members? They are us only, right? NGO professionals, particularly social activists. So rehabilitation is the major responsibility, primary responsibility of the CWC, right?
Yes.
And this is the most important part of the law as well, because if we are not able to rehabilitate effectively, then there is a threat that children or their families will go into vulnerability again. They will go into the trap of bonded labor or child labor again. So there is always a threat. So that is why our rehabilitation element of the law should be very effective and robust, and to effectively enforce the provisions related to the rehabilitation of bonded labor and child laborer, the NGOs and other civil society organizations uh, play very vital role, right? Even if
Yes,
you
sir.
look at the district task force, which was which is part of the Act, Child Labor Act also, you will see that the civil society organizations, individuals are very much there. They are part of the task force as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And in case of bonded laborers also, the rescue team should have people from civil society organizations essentially. So we have a very vital role, right? So we have to support the government, administration, enforcement agencies, police, and the administration government to help them effectively eradicate or abolish these systems.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
So now we have Mr. Gabriel, sir.
Yes, Gabriel, please.
Yeah, please unmute yourself, Mr. Gabriel.
Hello.
Yes, Gabriel, please.
Before I begin, could someone please confirm that my audio is clear?
It is clear.
Yes, we are audible.
Okay. Firstly, thank you to the respected panelists and the NAPSI team for organizing series of webinar and giving us the opportunity to learn from eminent personalities. Their experience and insights are truly valuable, and I'm grateful to be part of this enriching session. Now, my question is very short to our respected resource person is that what strategies can social workers use to encourage families to send their children to school rather than sending them to work?
Hmm. Yes, that's a great question. Uh, you are from which country, Gabriel?
I'm from India, a very remote place in Manipur,
Oh, you are from
Cobbleton
Manipur.
area.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. So you might be knowing of our, various social security and social protection schemes, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, sir.
And this is the responsibility of the NGO professionals, among other civil society organizations,
Yeah.
that they help the vulnerable section uh, getting the benefit of such existing provisions, right?
Okay.
There are different types of flagship schemes sponsored by the government of India through its various ministries. Like if in case of Ministry of Labor and Employment, we have something known Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandan Yojana, right?
Yeah.
And there are other schemes also like PM Awas Yojana, Gramin PM Awas Yojana, uh, Shahri, and also Jal Jeevan Mission. And there are a number of flagship programs, sponsored by the government of India. Our
Okay.
first responsibility should be uh, to help them get the benefit of these existing schemes, right? So that they have at least a little push towards,
Yeah.
mainstream.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's very
And
helpful,
yes,
sir.
apart from that, this is, in general, I was talking about the various provisions. I
Yeah.
talked about flagship schemes.
Okay.
But on the other hand, we also have sector-specific provisions, which are, you know, which are uh, provided under different labor laws. Like we have uh, a very big law, very comprehensive law for building and other construction workers. It is known as BOCW, right? A person who is engaged in construction work, working in the construction sector can avail the benefits of the schemes which are there for the workers only if he or she is registered under a specific board uh, which is set up to deliver the benefit of these different social security schemes. So we should always try to figure out that what are the other measures that, available to them, and how we can get them registered uh, uh, to provide the benefit of those measures.
Uh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. I got it.
You are from Manipur, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we can conclude with your answers that I can conclude that by giving them some flexi program or by leading them to avail that kind of benefit, it is going to be a good strategy, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Apart from
Okay.
that, in your region, I think plantation is widely practiced, no?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, yeah,
So there is a particular act on plantation sector as well. So,
yeah,
we have schemes for plantation workers, but the problem is this is not for all. It's
yeah,
not a comprehensive for law. Plantation Labor Act is not a comprehensive act because
yeah,
it excludes the smaller plantations. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, the,
Yeah, my state actually it has been reeling under very turmoil situation. Ethnic
mm,
problem has been there since 2023. And I
mm,
would like to draw attention of our NAPSWI and all the social workers of India to give
mm,
the attention to Manipurs, because most of NGOs are still working very fine, because most girl childs and children are left of their services at the moment. So that is also thank you very much, and thank you once again, NAPSWI.
let me add one more thing.
Yeah,
The the biggest problem for availing benefits of such benefits to the vulnerable section is
yeah,
we have multiplicity of such benefits, such schemes. I
okay,
mean, we have number of schemes provided by the central government. Then we have similar schemes which are being provided in different states at the state level.
yeah,
So it becomes quite often it becomes very confusing that in which scheme and how we should help the people to get them registered like that. So uh, I have experienced it in the northeastern region that people are not very much aware about uh, the central schemes. I mean the schemes which
absolutely,
are
sir.
sponsored by the government of India rather
Yeah,
than state. So yes,
Yes,
absolutely, sir. You're right.
yeah.
Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gabriel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy to see you here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I think we are done with the questions, sir. And someone in the chat box. Uh, Guys, for further instructions will be given in the chat box. Kindly wait. And before that, I would like to thank you, Manoj sir, for giving your valuable insights and also giving us the data, precise data, knowledge with the data. And we are looking forward for few more sessions with you as well, sir. And also, please share us in case of any handouts relevant to this data to our team so that we could share to the participants as well. They are requesting for the document as well, sir.
sure, sure.
Yes, sir. And right now we also have our president, Dr. Sanjay Bhatt, sir, with us. for giving us the closing remarks. Now I request Dr. Sanjay Bhatt sir to please take over.
अरे तो केबल का ये बेनिफिट है ये घाटे क्यों कम लागू Hello,
Sir,
have you
evening,
asked
sir.
me to speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. So thank you, Srinath. This is a wonderful workshop, especially dealing with the two aspects related to children of our country, child marriage and child labor. And I have no words to thank my friend Dhananjay, who has almost given his life for the cause. And he has worked so hard. I have seen him working with the child labor and getting child labor free mica mines. It's tremendous. Even if I start speaking about that, it will take not less than 6 to 10 hours. And thank you, Dhananjay ji, for joining us. And thank you, Dr. Manoj Jatov. Manoj ji is in NLI, and I met him in NLI. So, BB Giri National Labour Institute, I used to often visit, and I had an interaction with him. Very soft spoken, very nice person, and very knowledgeable person, very deep knowledge. So, thank you, Dr. Manoj. And thank you, Dr. Salman, who has introduced me to Dr. Manoj in first go. And Salman has been my student. So, friends, this series is going on very well. I have only two requests with the participants. One, join the NAPSWI. If you are not member, join the membership. It will strengthen your NAPSWI. Second, do send your suggestions that what more we should do. And friends, as you know, after every workshop, we prepare a handbook. Om is very instrumental in this. Om Rajinder Chaudhary works very hard. You have seen his earlier handbooks on different subjects, so he will send this also. So thank you once again, everyone. Thank you, Srinath, and thank you, Sagufta. Wonderful from my side. As a president of NAPSWI, I'm really delighted to see that day by day this is increasing. And I'm sure that the next episode which will come, which will be related to the child rights in India, in all, and some of the very important terms which are used while discussing with the children, we will come back to you. So wait for our new announcement. And thank you one for all. And thank you, Dhananjay ji, and thank you, Dr. Manoj. So nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I once again thank you, Dr. Dhananjay Tingal, sir, Dr. Manoj Jatov, sir, for your valuable presence here. And this was really, we had learned a lot. And also, I especially thank Sanjay Bhatt, sir, for motivating us through every session and bringing us valuable, highly valuable resource persons for us and empowering us every month with a new sort of knowledge, sir. And Shagufta, have to speak here. Thank you. I also thank all the participants here who have joined across from the country. Shagufta, yes.
Now it's audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
मैं नैप्सियो की तरफ से आप सभी का बेहद शुक्रिया करना चाहती हूँ, खास के जो आज के हमारे दोनों रिसोर्स पर्सन थे और हमारे देश में जो सबसे गंभीर मुद्दों में से जो मुद्दे हैं उस पर आज बातचीत हुई हमारे दोनों रिसोर्स पर्सन सबसे पहले धनंजय सर, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से चाइल्ड मैरिज के बारे में बताया और हमारे डाउट्स क्लियर किए। वैसे ही डॉक्टर मनोज सर, जिन्होंने चाइल्ड लेबर के ऊपर बहुत सारी जानकारियाँ दी और किस तरीके से हम उसके ऊपर आगे काम कर सकते हैं, जो कि हमारी सोसाइटी की ग्रोथ के लिए और साथ में हम इतना इंश्योर कर सकें कि हम हर एक बच्चे की ग्रोथ को तो नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन कुछ हद तक हम इसके अंदर काम कर पाएँगे, तो इसके लिए हमें बताया। और ऐसे ही आगे आने वाले समय में ऐसे ही सेशनों के द्वारा हमारे पार्टिसिपेशंस को और हम अपने भारत में ऐसी ही जानकारियों को फैलाते रहेंगे। आप सभी पार्टिसिपेशन का भी बेहद शुक्रिया। आपने बहुत अच्छे से सुना और अपने सवाल रखे और हम चाहते हैं कि इसी तरीके से आप जुड़ते रहें और अपनी जानकारी को बढ़ाते रहें और नेप्सियो को इसी तरीके से आपकी मदद की, सहयोग की ज़रूरत होगी। आप सभी का बेहद शुक्रिया।
Yeah, thank you, Shagufta. And regarding the memberships, you can Google it directly for the NAPSI membership. It is available on the website itself. What will be, I'll share you the link in the legal literacy group as well. You can stay tuned to that for the updates. And as Sir said, please do take your membership and have the benefits of the NAPSI and become a legal member for this. Thank you. Thank you all. Any queries from anyone, you can let us know. And the link has already been shared in the group. Those who have attended here and those who have filled while the session is going on, and they will be receiving the certificate. And post the session, you may not be get the link. So those who are here, kindly fill the form right now. Yeah. Mr. Om, any, shall I conclude or any instructions? Yes. Mm. Shall I super regarding? Okay. And so most of them are you here, right? So next time in the session, maybe uh, just try to join early so that we could have some discussion before the session, your reflections throughout what is happening, what you have learned from those 4 sessions, we can also share, or also any inputs can be shared there as well. And we'll definitely take your requests and we'll work on it. The workshops on stress dealing. Yeah. So we'll note it down and thank you. Yeah. Certificates you'll receive within a week. Certificates and the handouts you'll be receiving. So in case of any concern, you have the admin contacts in the legal literacy group. You can reach out in APSI support or anyone from the admin there. Okay. And also we have a social digest. You all are receiving the emails for that. those who wanted to get your article published, you have something to share, to write, you can make it out, and we could publish that in the social digest as well. I have not received second. Second. Okay, for as of now, the Google Forms have been shared in the chat box for this workshop. For the earlier workshops, you can reach out to the admin and sorry. I have not received Nihal Trivedi. Okay, yeah. So that will be shared. I think you could also check in your spam, your emails. Sometimes it may go into there. The handouts, those who have registered, those who have filled the form, they all have received their certificates and handouts. For the third workshop, you will receive by today or tomorrow. Yes. Not received. Yes. So, shall we conclude? Okay, thank you all, Shagufta and Om, for the support for organizing this. Also, Mr. Kalyan Varma for supporting me behind. Thank you, all the participants. Bye. See you in the next workshop.
Yeah.